Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm going to make 2 points. I'll tell a quick story. In April of 2019 at Valley High School, there was a young man who was watching mass murder video in school. And so he was suspended. The SRO found him, and he got suspended. A few days later, the armed SRO of Valley High School in Louisville, Kentucky, my nephew went to that school. My sister went to that school. A few days later, this young man who had been suspended for watching mass murders in schools, mass shootings in schools, was approaching the school. The SRO saw him approaching the school. He had a revolver with over 50 cartridges in his pocket. He was coming back to the school with a loaded gun. The SRO knew him, stopped that school shooting, was heralded in Louisville. The SRO was. He got all these awards. 4 weeks later, our school board, over the objection of our superintendent, voted to get rid of armed SROs in our schools. You can stand up for individual students. That's fine. There's a legitimate debate. But I'm standing up for those kids in Valley High School that day, and Valley High Schools all around the Commonwealth of Kentucky. I told that story to someone who advocated against this bill, and she said, that's an anecdote. My nephew's dead body wouldn't have been an anecdote. He would have been 6 feet under, right off Dixie Highway in the cemetery, along with a number of his kids, of his classmates from Valley High School. This year alone, already with 3 months left in school, we have found more guns on kids in Jefferson County than we've ever found, ever. We have a problem with violence right now, and that problem is infiltrating our schools. We need our armed SROs in our schools, not only to address a problem as it arises, but also to let these people know, let the teachers, the staff, and the students, let all of our people know that a person that's responsible with a gun, I've got one on my hip as I stand here today, a person that's responsible with a gun, that's a good relationship to have. The gentleman from Jefferson 29 answered the question perfectly. What would you tell someone who was scared of somebody with a gun? I would say, thank God that officer is there to protect you. This is not a controversial issue. It's controversial in some places, but it's not controversial in Kentucky. It's not controversial in Jefferson County. It's not controversial in our classrooms. The second point I want to make, Mr. Speaker, is JCPS, not the Jefferson County Republican Party, not the gentleman from Jefferson 29, the Jefferson County Public School System, no bastion of conservatism, I promise, did a survey of teachers. They surveyed our teachers at JCPS, and I had them, the responses by school. What did you find? A majority opposed to it? 51% in favor? No, 82%. 82%. More than 4 out of every 5 teachers in Jefferson County supports an armed SRO. They were asked, do you want an SRO? Do you want an armed SRO? 82% of our teachers. Do they not care about the safety of our students? They know what's right. Fayette County, the second biggest school district in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, has 4 SROs assigned to every school. 4. Jefferson County has 0. We used to. Thank God that man stopped the school shooting at Valley High School. And those people, that's why I'm voting yes on this bill, Mr. Speaker. The people in my district want it. 82% of the school teachers in my district want this bill to pass, which is why I stand in support and hope you do too. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.